Hello, my name's Scott. I guess I'm here today to answer some questions that I get asked a lot of times. To give a little backstory is I met my wife, now wife, and to the end wife, um, approximately 3 years ago plus. Used a dating site who, has a little cherub and she's from the Philippines. And the site worked very well for me. But the one thing that my friends and acquaintances that ask, how do you know a scammer from a real girl? And that is probably one of the hardest questions to answer 90% of the time. I mean, there's some easy ones. I mean, you get the easy scams. They ask for money within the first 5 minutes. They ask for money within the first 2 hours. You'll get sad stories about what they had to eat for breakfast this morning, like balad, or which they don't call it balad, they call it dried fish. And I'll show you a picture of it, and you'll find out that most Filipinas love it. But, to an American or maybe to a European, the look of a piece of dried fish that they dried on a table that's been salted doesn't look all that great. And the small little fish. So, I mean, it's like, oh my God, oh, my heart irks. And I'm not saying it shouldn't. I'm just saying that it's a delicacy or a very popular dish over there. And not saying they're rich. It is a very cheap food to eat also at times, depending on which fish it is and how it's been dried. But what I'm saying is be careful with the heart pulls. You're going to hear a lot of my sick aunt, my dog needs to go to the vet, I need school supplies. You'll hear some real and fake. This one could be real or fake. I need money for a load. Otherwise, I can't talk to you. If you've talked to a girl for 2 or 3 weeks, ask a question out of the blue like, hey, how much you make a day? And you might be surprised that even though she has what we would think here would be a normally decent little job, maybe working at the mall, she might only make 500 pesos a day, which equals about $10 US. And she's paying her rent, room and board, food, clothing, doing laundry, all the little things we do on that money. So, I mean, in a load, they don't get phone service like we get on normal. Normally, they don't. They don't get the 30 days unlimited a month. I wish they did. It'd been a lot cheaper for me to pay for my wife's phone instead of her having to pay load. Because, I mean, she'd pay 100 peso load, and it might last a day. It might last 3 days. It all depends. They steal their loads. And I know this is about scammers, but I'm letting you know, you're going to hear, I need money to talk to you. I need this. I need that. And if you're hearing it within the first 5 minutes or first day, you got a probably 80% chance that you're getting scammed. And I'm not going to say if your spidey senses go off, it's definitely a scam. But if it's obvious, wow, if it's amazing what $20 a week will do. I mean, she should be able to talk to you for, even if you meet a girl and you have to send her $25 for her phone to help her out a little bit so she can pay her bills, that $25 should almost pay for her phone service for the month. And that's just honest truth. Understand that there's going to be girls that are going to tell you that I can only talk to you certain times a day because I have to go to the internet cafe to get the Wi-Fi. It's cheaper. Can't afford load, or my phone's not fast enough. The signal's not strong enough. And all that could be very true. But also be suspicious. Stay suspicious. Keep your guards up. Because that could also be false. And I know there's going to be a lot of Filipinos listening to me here that aren't scamming, who say, hey, this is true. This is blah. You're right. It is true. All right. I'm not debating that. And I'm not saying all Filipinos are scammers. And I'm going to tell you, for every 1,000 scammers that you get on your, let's say you get on a website, in the first week, let's say the first 2 weeks, you get 1,000 hits. And you'll probably find 1,001, okay? I hate to say that, but it's going to seem like almost 1 out of 1,000 is not a scammer to you as an American. And it's probably less than that. There's probably like 100 other girls are actually not scammers, but their situation may be different. So you're hearing some of the same things the scammers are using that they're being honest about. But to be honest, probably 900 out of the 1,001 are scamming. And that's just the honest truth. But you also have to, and the Filipinos are going to love this, out of every 1,000 guys that send her a message, there might only be 100 or 50, or maybe only 25 real Americans or real Europeans that just don't want to talk her into sending him pictures in lingerie or worse. There's a lot of them out there, and there's a lot of guys that make us Western guys look really bad. So if you think, oh my God, they're all fake, understand that the good girls are getting hit by a bunch of perverts from around the world, or people that are actually trying to get them to send what little bit of money they have after I'm talking to them for a week or two. The good girls will actually think, oh my God, I got to send this guy $25. He needs cab fare because his son got hit and is in the hospital. They get scammed too. Except for people who are smart and they get them to Western Union smaller pieces of cash over a smaller amount of times. So understand they get scammed just like us men get scammed. Or women, in case you're a woman looking in the Philippines. I'm not going to be sexist here. I guess I was, but I know percentage-wise, we're probably a higher percentage of men looking than women. You'll have every scam from, I guess I probably went through some of them already. Be a lot of health scams. My child needs this, I mean, I had some scammers that if I'd have been wealthy, which they think we all are, and I'm not, I had some honest people that literally got on and sent me a message, and they're like, hi, and they're like, hey, I'm 24 or I'm 19 and I'm going to college this year and I'm not interested, but could you send me $20 for school supplies? And it may have been a scam itself, but at the same time, I was like, man, they're really willing to ask for school supply money. It's almost honesty. It almost made me want to give them $20 just because I felt bad for them. But I didn't. But at least I had enough respect that they just came straight up and said, hey, I'm just looking for school supply money or for uniform money for my college. You got to go in this open-minded. Even if you meet a woman that you think you get along with. I'm not going to slam age gaps and stuff like that because there's a 17-year age gap between me and my wife. And I have no issue with it because, her mom and her dad had a large age gap also. And they were both in the Philippines. So in a way, it's natural over there. They tend to look towards mature men when they decide to get married. Because they think you're ready to settle down. You're not going to run around chasing women. So if you're one of those guys listening to this and trying to figure out how not to find a scammer because you want to hook up with some girl in Boracay and leave her cold and blank afterwards, don't watch our vlogs because you're making us all look bad, the ones that are serious. If you do what you do, enjoy it, I guess. Do your thing. I'm not slamming you for it. Your outlook as well, how many men get scammed. But the trouble is you might be scamming one of the really good ones that one of us is really looking for. Or maybe one day you might be looking for and wish you hadn't done what you did. Philippines as a culture is awesome. The people are great. The times I've spent in the Philippines, I love. Me and my wife plan on when I finish getting my time in at the company that I work for. I'm going to retire and I'm going to build a house there and we're going to part-time. Philippines and the USA. I love it over there. I love it. I'm not gonna say I love it like America. I mean, I'm a veteran. I served my country because I'm proud of my country. I'm very proud to be American, no matter even how bad the political situation is here, no matter whose side you're on, Dem, Trump, whatever, blah. I don't care. But what I'm trying to say is, I'm a very proud American. But I love the Philippines. I was just wowed by what people do with less and are 100 times happier than what most Americans are in a day-to-day life. I mean, I'm paycheck to paycheck. I very rarely make extra money. At least lately. It's hours ain't there, slowdowns and such. But every place I went, people invited me in for dinner. They fed me. People living in their houses aren't what we would, not all houses over there are what we, yes, in America would think of as a house. And I don't want to say anything derogatory about their houses, because they're happy, they live in them all their lives. But they're made of bamboo and tin roofs, and over here we'd be like, oh my God. And over there, they're just happy. And they'll give you their last bowl of rice and their last bit of lechon, which is pork, and it's awesome. And not even have a heartbeat about you eating their last meal for the night before they go to bed, before they go start their day the next day. They're great. They're a great people. And my wife is absolutely amazing. If you're going to look for a Filipino, don't be looking for a Filipino because you think they're submissive. They're not. They're very strong women. Yeah, they have a kindness. I'll listen. They're most of them are religious. It's a huge Catholic state. I'm not Catholic. I'm what they call born again. Even if you're not religious, I mean, I'm sure there's those too, but understand that it is a religious Catholic-based nation. A lot of their laws are based on Catholicism. Understand their country. Doesn't make everybody perfect over there. You still got to watch for pickpockets. It's a third world country compared to America. I hate classifying third worlds like whatever, first world, whatever. Obviously, if I didn't love it so much, I wouldn't want to live over there. But you want to talk about scams? I'm not going to go through all the scams. When you're funny bone, like I said, when your spidey senses go off, start asking crazy questions. Oh, and so you don't get scammed. Don't use your real name on the dating sites. Use a nickname, backwards initials, anything. Be real, but don't be fake. It's really hard. They're gonna say, oh, you didn't say. Well, look, you didn't use your whole name either. Or you used your Americanized name or whatever. And so just don't give all your personal information up there, or be vague about it. If you're a computer programmer, don't say you're a computer programmer for IBM or Microsoft, whatever. Just say you're a programmer. Don't give them your exact address. Don't tell them exactly what city you live in. Give a town close. Give a major city close to you. There's scammers out there, information mining. So make sure to be vague. Enough, but realistic enough so when they do get to meet you, they go, oh, he didn't lie to me. So it's explainable. Because they're doing the same thing. They might try to patai you, kill you, aggravate you over it. But it's just how it is. Well, my sun's setting and my lunch break's almost over. I don't know if I went through a lot of the scams, but you'll know the scams, believe me. But what I'm here to say is, it's worth wading through them if that is what you're really looking for. If you're really looking for that woman out there that means everything to me. She's strong, soft. She's everything. Beautiful. Filipinos are some of the most beautiful women in the world. And to make beautiful babies if you're still looking to make babies. I mean, I don't know if you can see the corner of the car seat. We have a beautiful daughter. I'm going to do more vlogs on what happens when you do find them, things to look for, things that you need to do when you think you found that girl immediately. I mean, immediately. I mean, you can always delete stuff, but I'll get into that later in one of my next vlogs. Thank you. Sorry if I rambled too much, but I was losing light, and I've got to go back into work. From Gamai Dragon, my name's Scott. Peace.